This is the place where the magic of Disney meets the magic of the real world through wellness and spirituality. I'm your host, Kitty Packman, and this is Spiritually Ever After.
Hello, welcome to the first video episode ever of the Spiritually Ever After podcast. I'm your host, Kitty Packman. So happy that you are here. I don't know if you are someone who's been listening to the podcast on Apple or Spotify or somewhere else for the last few years, or if you've just found us, but we are so happy you're here and really excited to be doing these video podcasts and see how this goes. Put our feet into the waters of YouTube and see how it goes. And last week, I introduced that I'm going to start every single episode with a quick little drop in. So, I am a spiritual teacher, an energy healer, and a licensed therapist. And I have learned really personally and professionally how powerful it is to just slow down and drop in. And so, before we get into any of the fun that I have planned for today, I invite you to just get comfortable here, maybe closing the eyes or gently looking down, finding a soft gaze. Flattening your feet on the floor if they're on the floor. Just straighten your spine so that your spine is in alignment. Just breathing deeply in through the nose. Holding it for a second when you reach the top. And then letting it out, maybe shaking the shoulders as you let it out. Another deep breath in through the nose. Fill yourself with fresh new air. Build for a second at the top. And then let it out. As we take this next deep breath in, feel that breath coming in as this magic, this life force energy that allows all of us to keep living. How magical is that? And when you hold it at the top for a second and you let that tension build, you can actually feel the power of your magic from inside. And so inviting you, when you get to the top of that next breath, hold it there a little bit longer than you think you can. And then let it out with a sigh. Let's take one more deep breath together. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Starting to come back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Start to flutter your eyes open. Come on back here. Let's have some fun. So for this first episode, what I thought we could do is just do something a little silly, a little fun, something that honestly has been on my to-do list, content creation wise, for Spiritually Ever After for a while. But figured this actually might be a more fun kind of way to do it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little reveal of my Loungeflies. I have 5 Loungeflies. And I know in the last episode, if you've listened again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places. If you've listened, I was talking about that I am going to Disney next month for a wedding and for my birthday. And so if you want to help me figure out what I am wearing, I figured I'd show you my Loungeflies, show you what I'm working with, and we'll go from there. Sound good? Awesome. All right. So we'll start with the Loungefly that I know I'm not going to wear on this trip because I just wore it on my last one. It was actually gifted to me when I was on a retreat, the Outside the Lines retreat with my beautiful friend, Kate Apple. And it is an incredible, brave, Merida is such a boss, and I think she's just so, so cool. And so I love this. I knew I needed to dress as Merida at some point because I have the curly red hair just naturally. And we were there in September. And if you've done Disney in September, natural hair is your best friend. And it really served me well. So beautiful, brave Loungefly, number 1. Next, I'm going to show you the first Loungefly that I ever got, and it is still maybe my favorite. It has a really special place in my heart. So if you've listened before, I am a huge Simba fan. I thought that I was Simba for the first few years of my life. And so naturally, my first Loungefly had to be a Simba, Timon and Pumbaa. This is kind of like the old style. It's a pretty old Loungefly. I've had it for a few years now. And they used to be like this. They used to be more just like kind of like simple pattern. It doesn't even have pockets on the side, which kind of stinks. But I just love it. I think it's so simple. And I teased on the last episode that there's a look that I've been wanting to do forever and ever and ever. You can go ahead and guess who it might be inspired by. So this one I will absolutely be wearing for this trip, and just wait until you see what I'm doing because it's going to be so good. Okay, next is one that I know that I'm wearing, but I'm still figuring out how I'm wearing it. So this is one of my new ones. It's super cute. It comes with the ears. You can take the ears out, which I really like. So you can wear the ears, or it has kind of like a space to hold them right there. So you don't have to carry them around. And it does have the side pockets. And just the colors are so cute, so 90s. So for this one, I am thinking I'm going to do something sort of like 90s Disney inspired. I have some ideas, but I'm not totally sure yet. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. Comment below, and if you're watching on YouTube, and let me know what you think. If you have any ideas on how you would style this bag, it's incredible. It has that, like, I think they call it like lenticular, like it's a little bit shiny, and it's just so cute. I can't wait. All right. Next is probably the one that should be my favorite, but I'm a weirdo and I have this other one that I really, really love. But this one is just so cute, so unique. Like, you will not find this anywhere except for Loungefly. We have Western Stitch. I love him. The detailing is just so freaking cute. Like the braid, it's so good. And again, it's got the side pockets. I really like the gingham. And so I'm debating if I'm going to wear this for this trip. I have some ideas. So let me know. Should I wear Western Stitch? Do you have an amazing idea for how I'd wear Western Stitch? A lot of my struggle, and let me know in the comments if this is you as well, if you've struggled with this, is not so much like, I know I want to wear all of these. I have a million ideas on what I want to do, but it's figuring out what to wear to which park. And obviously I'm only going, maybe not obviously, but this trip I'm only there for a few days. So I'm only going to each park once, and I'm doing a half a day in each park. So as it is, I'm already bringing 2 Loungeflies a day to the parks, which is absolutely excessive. And so just trying to figure out what makes the most sense to do. So let me know if you think I should wear Western Stitch, and if so, how should I wear him? And then last but certainly not least, like I said, my number one favorite, and I'm not even that big of a fan of this character. It's just so cute and so well done. And then the colors. We have Sleepy. And if you turn him, it looks like his eyes get droopy. Like, I just can't. He's so cute. And like the little patches on each of the pockets, and his little beard is fuzzy. It's like, you can't make it up. He's so cute. So my thought with this, because his color is very similar to Tiana's outfit earlier in the movie. It's when she wears, I think she has like a jacket and a hat on over her uniform. I've always been obsessed with that. I love the colors. I love the look. Tiana's so incredible. She's one of my favorite princesses. And obviously with Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening, it feels like I need to represent and show my love. So my thought was originally that I was going to wear a Tiana inspired look with this bag because they're kind of similar colors. But this baby with the beautiful 90s vibes is giving me a challenge, because I also have a very fun idea on how to wear that in Magic Kingdom. So let me know your thoughts. Are you inspired by one of these? Do you feel like I absolutely need to do the Tiana look with Sleepy? Should I absolutely wear the 90s Disney in Magic Kingdom and wear Sleepy to Hollywood Studios and make it work? I want to know your thoughts. Please let me know, because I have a lot of Disney people in my life, but not necessarily this intersection of like Disney and dressing up and content creation and all of it coming together. And so I know that the people that listen to this are those people. So I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are. So those are my Loungeflies. I would love to have more, but they're just so big and bulky. It's kind of like there's not even space for them. And then I do have sort of a fake Loungefly style Hufflepuff bag. Where did I get that even? Maybe I got that at Universal. I don't even know. It's all a blur at this point, but I love that one too. And so for my Harry Potter people, if you're on here and you're listening, I love you too, especially my fellow Hufflepuffs. And I know that every episode, what we do is we do a little trivia question. And so I thought it could be fun to show you. Not all of the trivia questions come from here. A lot of them just come from my brain that is full of all this Disney knowledge instead of the things it probably should be full of. But I wanted to show you, I actually get a lot of them from this book. So it's National Geographic Kids, and it's Weird But True Disney 300 Wonderful Facts to Celebrate the Magic of Disney. And it's really fun, and it's just visual, and it's a good one, especially if you have little kids that, like me, when I was a little kid, just wanted to learn everything and soak up all the knowledge. And so last week, question was not from the book. Question was from my own experience, that there is a fast food chain that has a location in the Utilidors in Magic Kingdom under what we actually see. If you're not familiar with the Utilidors, go listen to last week's episode. I talked a little bit about it. Google it. It is fascinating. Essentially, Walt created Magic Kingdom, or Walt had this idea, and then after Walt passed, they created Magic Kingdom to be built actually on the second floor. And that way the first floor was a series of these corridors that, the garbage could be brought through, cast members could come through and get dressed down there and everything, so that everything that we see at Magic Kingdom is perfectly on stage. It's really incredible. And so I wanted to know which fast food chain has a location down there. It is also the second, I want to make sure I get this right, the second largest fast food chain in the world. And I had said that this was definitely true, personally in my experience when I studied abroad in Ireland. I saw these everywhere. I think there were 3 on my walk home from my campus, NUI Galway, National University of Ireland. Shout out to my Irish listeners. I know I have some of you on here. And so I would walk home from there to the B&B where we were staying, and there were legitimately 3 of these on the way. And so if you haven't guessed yet, it is Subway. Subway sandwiches, at least here up in New York, they're popular, but not as popular as certainly, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Wendy's. We have way more of those, even 7-Eleven and things like that. But oh my goodness, in Ireland, are there a lot of Subways? And in the Utilidors, there is a Subway. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments if you got that right, if you knew, if you've gone on the Keys to the Kingdom tour in Magic Kingdom and you've gotten down to the Utilidors. I want to hear all about it. And shout out to Subway, because Subway tuna, my forever favorite. Okay, this week's trivia question comes from the book, and it is, how many corn dogs are eaten by guests at Disneyland each year? So it's Disneyland Resort, so I would assume that means both parks, hotels, Downtown Disney, all that good stuff. But how many corn dogs? Is a lot of corn dogs, I'll tell you that. Well, I am super excited to be bringing you these video podcasts, excited to see what comes of this new endeavor together. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm sure these first few might be a little clunky, but we will figure it out together. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. If you haven't yet, go leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever it is that you listen. It really makes a huge difference. And I get so excited to read them and to know who's listening. And what I always do is I give you an emoji to leave in your review so that I'll know which episode you came from. And so appropriately, because we reviewed all of my Loungeflies, or looked at all of my Loungeflies, for this one, you can use the little purse emoji in your review, and that way I'll know you came from this episode. And if you give a review, I would love to give you a shout out. So in your review, leave your name, let me know, where you're watching from, where you're listening from, and I would love to shout you out, because you all are the reason that I do this. I love connecting with you, and I'm excited to keep doing this. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you real soon.
Thank you for being here and listening. If you loved it, leave a review and/or share and tag me. I would love to connect with you. I'm spiritually_ever after on Instagram and spiritually ever after on TikTok. See you real soon.